We just wrapped up the GOA range day today. It was an amazing day with tons of shooters, a lot of different vendors and companies here working to make this happen. But today we're going to talk about range layouts for your facility so you can take advantage of our range packages and step your game up to the next level. Let's get into it. Let's talk first really broadly about the setup that we chose for this particular bay, because it's going to show you what a low-cost investment into your facility could look like. It's not as big of an investment as you would think. Obviously, if you got a big facility with a lot of bays like this, maybe you got 30 or 40 bays like this, it is a larger investment, but that just warrants even more buying the right product from the get-go so that you're not replacing products every 6 months. You don't have targets that are going down all the time. We can help you solve that problem. And when we're solving that problem, we're saving your overhead costs you a lot of money, and your team can focus on better things. So what we opted to do here was, for this particular bay, we knew we had everything from RPKs to 300 Win Mags, 308s, and everything in between. And this range is only 25 yards. Now obviously that's closer than the recommended distance, but as we talk about this range layout and how it could help your facility, I'm gonna really hammer home a point that when you buy the right product, you don't have to worry about the safety aspect. And so if somebody does make a mistake, like shoot a 308 at 30 yards, yeah, that's not recommended. But the cool part about a properly designed steel target system is that it's still safe. It's gonna take it, it's gonna do its job, and it's not gonna hurt somebody. Obviously correct that action. We don't wanna be shooting at improper distances. However, when you buy the right product, it is an investment into your safety as well for your facility, which matters because your insurance is very expensive and lawsuits can cost you your entire business. So let's talk about this range layout. We've got a couple different products here. We've got grounders, we have our reduced C-zone, we have our C-zone, and we also have a reduced C-zone VTAR popper. So let's walk down. I want to show you guys first the targets that were being impacted by 300 Win Mag at 30 yards. So this grounder was hammered at the same time by those big calibers. RPKs were dialed in on it. Again, we're at about 30 yards. What you can see though is this plate is perfectly clean and it's free of big dimples. Now there are some marks when you hit the edges of any target, even though these are laser cut, focusing that energy can cause a chip. That's not a safety concern, it's just a blemish. But the plate itself, the legs, everything else are free of damage, which is a testament to this strength of this steel. This is 3/8 AR 550. And with the grounders, the crazy part is they held up this well and they don't move. They don't have the forward movement that the A-DAP system has. But because of the grade of steel and the aggressive forward lean, you still have a high quality product. So when you're laying out your bays, if you're looking for something that is a very low to the ground target system with no wood posts, no hardware to put together, you just set it on the ground, assemble it, and you're ready to rock. The grounder's a good option. It also can help basically lengthen the lifespan of your berms because you're focusing your fire down to the ground. You're not focusing it up into the hill like we see up here where the rounds are actually collapsing down the dirt berms. So that's one option for your bays. If you have basically a bay where you want to have a lot of different steel, but you want some variation, but you still want common sizes, the grounders can be sprinkled in and out between systems, and it works really well when we're talking about transitions, I should say. You want to have a fun experience for shooters, say it's an event like this, mixing in these grounders with the other products just gives a little bit of variation. They sound different, but they hold up extremely well. And with this system, you can also flip the plate and shoot the fresh side. Basically, if the plate has gotten to a point where you have to service it, or maybe somebody damaged the front of it, you can shoot the other side as well. So moving on over here, the C-zone was hammered by the 300 Win Mag and the RPKs. And again, you can see that you still have a perfectly safe, fresh steel target system. This one again is 3/8 AR 550. Again, a testament to just that pure raw strength of the steel that we curate and use. Now this is sort of the backbone of any range. If you want the bread and butter, the loudest ringing targets, strongest targets, most versatile target, the C-zone A-DAP system is going to be king. It is a larger target, so depending on your training needs, this might be too big for some shooters, depending on the skills that you're trying to dial in. The C-zones are great for newer shooters or just general people that are admitted onto your range, that are members of your club or pay to shoot on your facility. These things are extremely safe and they ring so loud. And that just resonates and keeps on going. So even if you're shooting 1,400 yards, C-zone's king. It's an amazing target system. We typically recommend in a professional application like this range that you buy the armored post, because it is going to be a really solid investment, so you never have to replace 2x4s. But if you're looking to save a little bit of money up front, you can go the 2x4 route, and you can do that. Super lightweight, super portable, especially for clubs and ranges that put their steel away in between different sessions. So coming over here, we got another grounder. Same thing as the grounder that I just showed you, but right here's our VTAR popper. And today, I wanted this VTAR popper on the range because I wanted people to experience sort of a reactive target. And the VTAR popper is unique because when you shoot it, it pops back up. It's super fun, rings really well. It's just something a little bit different. This is 3/8 AR 550 as well. As you can see, even though it was getting drilled with 300 Win Mag, RPKs, and everything in between, 5.56, 308, all those calibers, this thing held up perfectly. It did exactly what it's supposed to do. Very versatile, very adjustable. And this is a great option in tandem with the grounders, where you could have basically a range setup like this where you've got 4 or 5 different silhouettes that are up high. You've got 4 silhouettes that are down low, and you throw in one of these for reactive system. You basically have the most versatile package that you could have. The only other thing that I would have added to this range is maybe a dueling tree or a falling tree or something like that. Let's talk about the reduced C-zone over here. This is the most popular target system that we sell. It's for good reason, because they start at a very low price point. They're very obtainable. They're an affordable target system. Still made from the quality AR 550. And as you can see, perfectly smooth plate. We did have some people shooting the bolts. The bolts can wear out over time, but it's an easy replacement, very easy service item. This one has our breakdown base, which is a phenomenal base. It's kind of geared toward the portable traveling shooter. So for facilities, you don't necessarily need to go that route. It's not a bad option, but if you're not packing everything down and transporting them all the time, the welded round base is a little bit more stable, a little bit more planted, but this is a perfectly fine base. And obviously we had no issues this whole range day with anything falling over. You're just not going to, as long as you're on a flat ground and you're using the targets properly, you're gonna be good to go. Now there is one thing that I want to talk about too, that you might be wondering, why are these targets staggered? And that's a key point to talk about when you're laying out your bay. A lot of people like to put steel in a straight line. But the problem is you can actually get fragmentation from targets that are side by side that can come back to the shooter. So anytime we're setting up multiple target arrays, I always stagger them. And you don't have to stagger them much, 3 to 5 feet, just a little bit of an offset so that that fragmentation can do its thing and go down to the dirt. But it's an important part that I've seen some ranges miss, but it also allows you to put more steel on the specific bay that you're building out. And talking about fragmentation, let's go talk about this grounder over here, because this one gave us a perfect example of what happens with a properly designed steel target. And you can see on the ground here, we have this perfect trench. And you don't see it as much on the A-DAP target systems because they're much taller. Because of that height of the A-DAP systems, that frag really just goes back here into the berm. But the grounders are so low to the ground that you can clearly see what's happening with that fragmentation. And you can even see some of the fragments are down here like that are just laying on the ground safely. They've done exactly what they need to do. It's designed in such a way that the frag misses the hardware. And that's just a testament to a quality designed steel target. And the reality is, not all steel targets, and in fact, I would argue most steel targets on the market are not designed to the standard that they should be designed to. And that's why you have ranges having premature failures. That's why you have ranges that have people get hurt. It's really, really important. And obviously, you'll say it's a sales pitch, some of the haters. It is, because I care about ranges. I care about ranges being set up properly. I don't want people getting hurt. So when I see a range making a bad decision with steel, yes, I'm gonna come in and try to tell you guys the story of what we're doing, because it matters. It matters so much. It is the difference between an event like this and people walking away having no harm and being safe and having an enjoyable time, or using really bad steel or worse, mild steel, and someone walking away needing stitches or life support. And that's not a joke. It happens all the time, more than you would ever guess. So for ranges that are looking for a range package, you can basically look at these packages on our website. We can replicate these out for you. And then there's a price point there per bay. And here's my encouragement to you. You don't have to do it all at once. So if you have a smaller budget and you know you need steel that's quality and you don't want to ever look back and have the problems that you've been having, invest over time. You don't have to do it all at once. We're going to be here. We're going to be able to help you out. But I would recommend going bay to bay. And if you have bays like this that are about 15 yards wide by 30 yards deep, This is the kind of layout that I would do. You basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 target systems here. I would add a dueling tree personally, but basically 10 target systems in here. You could have anywhere from 10 to 15 shooters on the line. Everybody has a target to shoot at. Everybody's having fun. They can work skills. You can dial in on a specific target. You can transition between targets, either wide or near, high or low, and you're getting the most versatility out of a package. So if you want to learn more about this kind of stuff, our website is where you should check it out. We have a whole section on our site that is built out with range packages. Now, obviously, we can fine tune it and tailor it to your needs as well. So if you don't like what you see in the packages, email our team at info@tatargets.com. We'll get you guys set up and make sure you have quality steel heading out to your range so you can never look back again. Train on the best, train on safe steel, and know that you're supporting a company that truly cares about you. So check out the website. We appreciate you all.